Nobody can forget Robin Roberts and how she was the main host of the Good Morning America show. We can all look back on our younger days with her on our TV screens. The Emmy-winning morning news show would not have even become so popular if it wasn't for her. But even though she did really well on TV, things weren't always easy in her real life, and definitely not when it came to her health. So what went wrong? This is the sad but true story of our favorite TV host, Robin Roberts. Before the fame, before the good looks, and before hosting one of the most well-known news shows ever, Robin Roberts was just a regular kid. She was born in Tuskegee, Alabama, but she grew up along the Gulf Coast in Pass Christian, Mississippi. It was a small town where sports were just as important as family. And just like you might have seen on TV, Robin was a very competitive kid who played basketball and tennis with a lot of energy from a young age. That same energy showed up everywhere she went, not just in sports. And she didn't ignore school either, because just like on the field, she worked really hard in the classroom too. A great example was at Pass Christian High School, where she graduated in 1979 as the second-best student in her whole class. After high school, Robin Roberts made some surprising choices and did really well in college. First, because she was so good at sports, she got an invite to join LSU with a basketball scholarship. But LSU felt too big when she went to visit the campus, and she just didn't like the vibe there. Then one day, while she was leaving work, she saw a sign for Southeastern Louisiana University. On a whim, she decided to stop and check out the campus, and she ended up going to school there. Even though the only scholarship left was for tennis, Robin was told she would get a journalism scholarship when she got to her last year. After she got there, Robin made the women's basketball team and became a starting player. What she did in her last season put her in third place on the school's all-time scoring list with 1,446 points, and third in rebounding with 1,347. She also joined a small, special group of 3 people who had scored more than 1,000 points and grabbed more than 1,000 rebounds at the school. In her last year of college, she scored an average of 27.6 points per game, which showed that she never gave up. To honor all she did for the team, Southeastern also retired her jersey number, which was number 21, on February 5, 2011. Her college years were a really big deal in her life and helped set up her great career and future wins. She later got her college degree from Southeastern Louisiana University after she graduated with honors in 1983 in communications. This came after her older sister Sally Ann had already become a news anchor in New Orleans. But just school and sports alone weren't what made Robin who she was and the person we all got to see on TV over the years, one of the best TV hosts of all time. Her family also played a really big role in her life, especially her dad, Colonel Lawrence E. Roberts. He was a Tuskegee Airman, one of the brave young African-American fighter pilots from World War II. He was a very brave and hard-working man, and Robin copied that. Not just her dad, though. Even her mom, Lissa Marion, used to speak the same way and passed that same strength on to Robin. These are just some of the simple things that actually helped shape her into who she later became. It's also important to know that Robin was the youngest of 4 kids, with an older brother and 2 sisters, who she learned from but still did things her own way. In a speech she gave in 2006 at Abilene Christian University, she talked about the 3 main values her parents taught her, which she called the 3 Ds: discipline, determination, and Del Lord. These are the big ideas that came from the background of this hard-working woman who had a strong mix of toughness and faith, which she built up throughout her whole life and which helped her when she stepped out into the world and was ready to build her own story, and she really did build it. Robin Roberts's path to being a TV news reporter can really be called risky. Almost right after she graduated from Southeastern Louisiana University in 1983, she got a full-time job as a news anchor in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. But she was still chasing her dream in sports, so she also took a few jobs as a weekend sports anchor at WDAM in Hattiesburg. Even though it wasn't as fancy and didn't pay as much, it was a choice that would point her straight toward her biggest dream of working at ESPN. In just 9 months at WDAM, the station that had first given her a full-time job offered her a new spot in their sports department. That's when she got her big chance to get into sports news. Because of this new opportunity, she moved to Biloxi, Mississippi, and started working at the WXVT station as a sports anchor and reporter. She spent about 2.5 years there, and it was there that things started coming together for her. Every step she took was a smart move made with the next step in mind. The whole time, Robin was building up her experience. In 1986, she switched to WSMV-TV in Nashville to work as a sports anchor and reporter, moving up to a bigger TV market. But things there were just okay, nothing really exciting was happening. So in 1988, she landed a new job in Atlanta, Georgia, where she covered big professional teams like the Braves. That job gave her the kind of big-time sports reporting experience that she believed would get her ready for the chance she had always hoped for at ESPN. And in 1990, her dream of working at ESPN finally came true. Robin joined ESPN as a host on SportsCenter and was also part of NFL Primetime, which kept her skills and goals on track. Then around 1995, her success helped her move on to Good Morning America, which was another big step in her career toward becoming one of the most trusted and famous TV journalists in America. It is no surprise that Robin Roberts is one of the biggest stars of Good Morning America, known as GMA. And as we've been talking about, she had already built the strong background that got her ready for the role. In the early 1990s, Robin was working at ESPN SportsCenter, where her friendly and happy personality made fans really like her. During this time, she also started showing up on Good Morning America, not as the main anchor, but it helped more people see her and added something special to the different ABC morning shows. She started out as a guest reporter, but she did so well that in 2005 she joined ABC full-time as a co-anchor on GMA. We really can't say enough about how good she was. We all watched her, and after Diane Sawyer joined and then George Stephanopoulos came on board, the anchor team got even stronger and turned the show into what so many of us remember it being. It was clear that Robin's warm and caring style made viewers really love her. That played a huge part in GMA beating NBC's Today Show to become the #1 morning show for the first time since the show began. All through her time at GMA, Robin became known not just for being a great journalist but also for being really tough when life got hard. In 2012, she took time off to treat a rare blood problem that came from her earlier fight with breast cancer. When she came back to GMA in 2013, it was a huge happy moment for both her and her viewers, who had been following her journey and cheering her on. Robin's ability to connect with people, both on and off TV, has made her one of the most loved people in broadcast journalism. All through her years at GMA, she became a voice that Americans trusted, turning her personal and professional struggles into an inspiring story that people still relate to today. There is no rose without thorns, as they say, and the thorn in Robin's blooming and exciting life was when cancer suddenly showed up. In 2007, Robin Roberts started her first serious fight with breast cancer. It was a shock to the whole world, and she had to go through chemotherapy. Unlike a lot of people who would fall apart when something that scary happens, Robin took a bolder path. She talked openly about her cancer, especially to her fans on Good Morning America. She was lucky enough to get through it. But just like she said, treating one disease can sometimes lead to more problems. That's because 5 years later, the effects of that treatment led to another serious diagnosis, a very rare one called myelodysplastic syndrome, or MDS. You can guess that this new news really shook her, and in August 2012, Robin told everyone on her TV show that she was stepping back from her daily role on GMA because of this problem that came from her earlier cancer battle. But being the amazing person she is, her announcement made a huge and immediate impact. While talking about her illness, she told her audience about MDS and the need for bone marrow donors, which are topics that a lot of people don't know much about. In just one single day, a non-profit group that runs a bone marrow donor registry called Be the Match signed up 1,800% more donors than usual. And even though she was off the air, she was still incredibly brave. Robin let people watch her go through her medical journey while also giving them really helpful information about bone marrow treatments and why donations matter so much. In September, she had a bone marrow transplant, and her sister Sally Ann was kind enough to donate her own bone marrow for her. Even though Robin never had to sign up for the National Registry herself, thousands of viewers were convinced to do so, leaving a positive and life-changing message for a huge number of people who needed organ transplants. Because Robin was willing and brave enough to share her story and her struggles with MDS and the need for bone marrow, she turned her experience into something full of hope, inspiration, and change for her viewers. Robin Roberts came back to Good Morning America on February 20, 2013, after being treated for MDS, the rare bone marrow disorder she got because of her cancer treatment. She came back to GMA surrounded by happiness and big feelings, being back with her GMA team again and millions of viewers too. With her very first words back, which were, "I have been waiting 174 days to say this, Good Morning America," she got a huge excited response from viewers who had been tuning into her show every day. That day, GMA pulled in its biggest audience since the 2012 presidential election, with 6.11 million viewers watching to welcome her back. The fact that Robin was willing to go public with everything really helped a lot of other people find the hope that she had been through herself. She encouraged thousands of people to sign up as bone marrow donors by letting cameras film her treatment. To honor this work, Robin was given the 2012 Peabody Award, where the committee pointed out that the effort she put together had gotten the public involved and brought really important attention to the urgent need for bone marrow. Her bravery and hard work were honored again when she accepted the ESPN Arthur Ashe Award at the 2013 ESPYS, and in 2019, the NBA Sagerstrong Award. That rock-solid determination, mixed with Robin's amazing skills as a smooth and steady anchor, made her just as powerful off-screen as she was on, helping people in ways that some viewers can only dream of, and she still does that today. Robin Roberts came back to Good Morning America and has kept putting her best energy and new ideas into taking on new challenges and making great content. She started her own company called Rockin' Robin Productions, an independent production company that has since put out news specials, sports live events, and more. Most notably, the company has created powerful and well-received projects including the Robin Roberts Presents series. These include Mahalia, an Emmy-nominated biography movie about gospel legend Mahalia Jackson, and Tuskegee Airmen, Legacy of Courage, a history special that Robin said was very close to her heart because her father was one of those pioneering African-American servicemen. In 2021, Robin got more screen time with Disney's Turning the Tables with Robin Roberts, a mini-series where she interviews celebrities and asks them deep personal questions about going through hard times. She also got a chance to be a guest host for Jeopardy, which was a great bonus that showed off her warmth and introduced her to a whole new group of fans. Also that year, Robin scored one of the most important interviews with President Barack Obama on Good Morning America, adding to her long list of big get interviews. Through these projects and roles, Robin has shown she can do way more than just anchor a show, and she does it all for a purpose that makes a real difference in people's lives. Her work keeps touching millions of lives, and what she has built in broadcast journalism has given her fresh new ways to follow her passion. Robin Roberts is not just a star on TV, she is also very well respected as a star in the world of books too. And for both screen and the written page, she has been honored many times over. She is a great example of an experienced author who helps her readers by writing meaningful books based on her own experiences in sports and life, sharing with people what she has been through and what she has learned along the way. Every time she writes, she highlights the importance of never giving up, knowing yourself, and winning in the end. In her early books, Robin focused on sports, including Ball Talk, which was about what it's like to be a woman in pro sports in 2000, a look at women in sports and the challenges they face, and which sport is right for you, a 2001 guide for young female athletes about how to choose the right sport. This was followed by Sports Injuries in 2001, where she gave information on how to avoid or deal with sports-related injuries, once again showing her commitment to young athletes. As her career and life moved forward, Robin shifted her focus to personal growth and toughness.